Hi, welcome to another Tuesday Tweak. I'm Deb Pervin, and our conversation today is going to be around compensation. Now, that's a huge topic, obviously, but we're just going to talk about a few tweaks that you might consider when you're having your compensation discussion with your team. So, typically, when I say compensation, this is what you think. You think money. But there's a lot of things going on, and so the conversation shouldn't start there. The conversation really needs to be about how all of these elements and issues are impacting each of your team members. So right now we have inflation is very high and the cost of living is escalating very quickly. We have the great resignation, and 35-40% of your employees are thinking about resigning or doing something different. So do you know who they are? And then we have ghosting, which is people who just decide not to show up. We have this, hopefully not so much on your employee side as on interviews and talking and trying to hire new employees. And then finally, I put millennials in quotes because a lot of our labor force are millennials and they have a different requirement than the baby boomers like myself. So you really have to consider what they want. So here's our team, here's our crew, here's the people that we're concerned about. And the very first thing that you have to know in working with your team is you've got to have communication, because communication, open and honest communication, leads to trust. And in a small business, you usually know everything that's going on with your employees. Maybe when I ran my business, I knew more than I wanted to know. Please, I don't want to hear about your grandma. But just kidding. You're going to have their trust in order to have a good conversation around compensation, because it's not about money anymore. It's a part of it, but a lot of it is about lifestyles and working from home and time away and other pursuits that they want to have. So I have set up here a couple of questions for you to ask. Sit down with your team individually. Take them to coffee, take them to lunch, and just have a really honest, open conversation with them. And here are three questions. The first one is, how are you doing? How is all of this impacting you? You know, rent, food, roommates, working from home. Just get them talking about the things that they really like and the things that they don't like at all. Go back to those issues and make sure you cover them. And prepare for this meeting by reviewing their history. What kind of employee are they? What are their successes? What are their challenges? And how can you help them? So this is sort of the history and why we love having you at our company, or some of the things that we're hoping that we can help you with. The second one is, what do you want? Okay? Sometimes as baby boomers, we just think they want money. But there's so many other things that we can offer in the mix now that are really appreciated. The millennials want to talk about the purpose. How do they fit in? What cog are they playing? How do they fit into the culture? And what is this company doing that's important to the global economy or important to the world? So there are a lot of other things besides money. So you want to be working on a plan. You want to have some very specific ideas that you can talk with them about. And then remember, they're going to want to be doing something different. They're going to have hobbies. They're going to have things that they want to pursue. And that needs to be a part of the conversation. So the first girl here, she's obviously very business oriented. But the guy carrying the camera, maybe he wants to go learn more about video production. And maybe there's a class he wants to take Wednesday afternoon. Well, so make that possible. Have him work, instead of 8 hours, 5 days a week, have him work 9 hours a couple of days a week, and then he takes Wednesday afternoon off to go to this production class, and tell him, we want to see your production. And make sure the other people in the company understand that he just doesn't get Wednesdays off because he's a good guy. He's working hard and working longer hours the other days. So everybody understands that you found an equitable solution for him to do what he wants. Now the lifeguard there, that's going to be a little harder to argue, but maybe he wants to retire and live on the beach. So maybe you give him bigger sales goals. Give him a stretch goal with a bigger commission and see if he can hit those numbers, which obviously benefit you and the company. So I really want you to start thinking outside the box. But before you can make an offer or have a compensation conversation with one of these clients, one of these team members, you really got to know what they want. And last, who do you know? One of the best ways to keep employees is to have buy-in and to have them bringing their friends to work. People they know will understand the culture and people they can talk to about the culture and tell them what a great place it is to work. But don't just ask. Bring a paper and pencil or your LinkedIn and really make a point, because this kind of buy-in is you don't have to pay for. This is the kind of buy-in you want to create the culture and the team to run your business. So 3 questions before you even talk about compensation and a percentage increase. Understand what they want and if and how you can meet those things. Thanks for your time. Let me know if you have any success stories, and I'll see you next week.